Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is your host, the Peace Dealer, and I'm rocking with my special guest on my podcast, who's not my partner, because I own this podcast. She's just
What?
She's just kind of here.
Don't let him get it twisted, okay?
Yeah.
I'm not going to give you chicken strips anymore.
Oh
You're
my
keep acting
gosh.
like this.
I'm being so ungrateful right now. This is what they have to deal with behind set.
Welcome back to our live segment that we do in between filming the Midheaven podcast. Thank you for joining us. We are live here. It's Hump Day. We just got some new stuff out for y'all. Oh my God.
Just dropped off the cookies.
It means something. We'll find out which ones fell.
Oh, word.
We just put together a video for you guys about Virgo season, so that's going to come out pretty soon. We also just did a video that's about natal retrograde planets. Some of you guys were asking about that, so we delivered for y'all.
Like we always do.
Those of you guys who are new to our live, welcome. Thanks for checking us out. Thank you to all of our subscribers, people who follow and also support the channel. We've got a ton of awesome people. People like Jessica Martinez, Kelsey J, Paula De La Rosa, Kayla Ann, Misha. You guys are awesome. Thank you guys so much for supporting the channel, making it possible. If you want to be a part of this group of people that we either add and give shout outs to, or
you do.
We have a thank you shout out page. The more people we get, the more possible it is for us to create more content, newer content for you guys, and bring you more astrological and other kind of comical and I guess current event things. Although I don't know if you guys saw it, if you guys checked it out or not. We did a video that's on magic candles. It came out on Monday, and that's Mike and I making candles together, and me talking to him about magical technique. If you haven't seen it, check it out. We're very excited to read cards today. Can you tell?
Yes,
we're waiting for it.
We've been waiting.
We've been waiting for you. If you want to get a reading, we're doing 1 and 3 card spreads. Check out our PayPal link. You can do it through there. You can make that purchase. If you do, just let us know that you made a purchase. Sometimes the names and the PayPal don't always match, and there can be a lag. And secondly, we also have Super Chat, so you can drop us some cash and you can get a reading from us. We do give VIP to our top tier members. So I believe Misha, and there's one other person that we were not able to do a reading for last week. If you are a top tier member, you're going to get 1 3-card reading or 1 astrological question. I guess we could go either or if you have questions about that. We always like hearing your astrology stuff.
Just let us know.
Yeah, let us know.
And for those who are curious about the price, if you look at the black ticker that's below, I know it's like white noise. You can't even see it, but it's like right there. If you just look down, you'll see the prices. I would have missed it too. I'm not even trying to make fun, but you know, for those who just stepped in, boom. I'm sure just like, whoosh. So moon is in Aries, y'all. How are y'all feeling? This is, please, comment a fire sign emoji in the chat. And is there any new ideas that have just sparked? Is there any new conceptions of how to really feel about who you are? Are you ascending into your true self? Because that's what it should feel like.
I'm reading, Kayla Ann's here. I'm just reading the messages here. Thanks, Paula. Nice to see you. Nice to see some of you guys back. Hi, Kristen. Hey, Mags. Okay, so prices are at the bottom. Thank you. Hey, from Minnesota. Carrie, give me your, send me your PayPal email so we can check that and see if you didn't get a reading. If you paid for it, we will check that and get you one. Okay. Thank you for those of you guys who watched. Paula, if you're here, we can definitely get you a reading. Let us know if you have a question. We'll pull 3 cards for you. Guys, this is going to be done live, obviously, on the internet, so you can be as descriptive or non-descriptive as you want. We'll be reading the cards live for you and giving you insight into what we see. All of the money that you donate goes directly towards this podcast, things like buying new mics and lights and editing, All kinds of things go into this, and just even the last like couple of weeks, in the last like month or two, we've been able to kind of like upgrade. We have now like an above head shot with a camera. We've got some other things that we're playing with. We got some like editing boxes and things so we can switch screens, so that way we can give you like a more kind of
integrative experience,
top tier experience, you know, and also be able to do things like our pool episode that we did. We also want to start doing some like man on the street stuff. So Mike and I are probably going to start venturing out into Vegas and talking to people here pretty soon. So we appreciate your donations, because it makes it possible for us to do like more ridiculous fun shit, and also buy beer, because we go through a lot of it. Feeling so much more intuitive. I like it.
I feel annoyed, like I want to punch every annoying motherfucker who's around me. Jackie Ryan, that is the energy. That is it. You're in the right path. Yes. You should feel like you want to smack all 4 elements out of whoever dares try you. And this is authentic honesty that will be therapeutic in practice.
I'm excited to see what people have questions about. So, did we catch Paula? Paula, do you have a question? Also, Carrie, yeah, let's hear your question. What's up, Lucas, my buddy? David Hutchison. We got some new people in here. Thank you guys for visiting us. Welcome to the shit show. How does the astro question work? Well, if you know your sun, moon, and rising, just let me know. And I am like super crazy Doogie Howser with that, so I can kind of think about it and tell you what I see, and I'll still pull a couple cards. Thanks, Anjali. Mine
So
will
it was
still give
Paula
you.
and Misha then. Mm-hmm. Got you.
Anjali is giving us a donation.
Woo,
Thank you
shout
very
out
much.
to Anjali.
We'll pull a card for you if you have a question.
Got him.
Oh man, it's I don't know, guys. I'm like kind of anxious in between these full moons. I feel like there's some fucking drama afoot.
There's always
There's
drama
some major
afoot.
drama afoot, like the next 10 days. I'm feeling it.
Oh, more so than normal, is what you're saying.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I'm here for it. That is nothing but factual, by the way. Like, I feel like the Aries moon alone was like the unveiling of the next episodes of drama. Like,
I always feel so good when the moon like leaves Pisces and goes into Aries. It's my lunar return, but it's like sassier than usual, you know?
moon in Pisces, I always like either take off or escape.
Scorpio
unscrupulously.
rising with an Aquarius moon. Is your moon in your 3rd house or in your 4th? So your Scorpio rising, Aries sun. Okay. So it's probably a 6th house is what I'm going to assume. So do you have any questions in particular? Also, if that's the case, Paula, like how's your home and living situation going right now? Jupiter on your moon and or maybe Saturn on there. And then you've also got like the squares happening from your 7th house Uranus. So definitely changes like around siblings, like communication, home, whether or not you're moving, if you're needing to make changes in your schedule or electronics. But if it's in your 4th house, it affects your home and your family and like partnership. A lot of like maybe wanting to like relocate. And with a new love connection, less than 3 months, I resonate with his soul, but he's dealing with phone game addiction, escapism. Sag is your 1st house. Okay, cool. So let's take a look. One thing I would say is like that's definitely like the square when you think about it from Aquarius, planets in Aquarius to Uranus and Taurus, like communication, how you're communicating with other people. Are they having addictions? Are they not making time? Are they not checking in? So let's see what the cards say for you. Ooh, actually those both came up. Okay, so kind of the way that I see this, although it should have been like this, sorry. Kind of the way that I see this is, you know, Justice reverse, High Priestess reverse, like getting a sense that something's out of balance, but also sometimes like not knowing whether or not you should say something. Like it's clear to you that there's a problem, and that problem can be making you feel kind of like crazy or even like paranoid about the relationship or like what they're doing or if they're going to break it, or even sometimes like, okay, is there something else going on? Is there someone that they're interacting with that I'm not aware of? So Justice reverse, talking about like some imbalance that's happening. likely something that's really going to start to really play itself out and sort itself out, I think, in like Libra season. So think like end of September going into October. And especially when I think about planets in Scorpio at that time, like there can be some make or break discussions in relationships, but also breakthroughs. Part of what I see is like there seems to be like an attention issue. Like it's like he's either doing it to distract himself, or he's doing it because like there's an anxiety or a nervousness, or there's something that he's habitually kept doing in order to deal with some kind of anxiety. So one thing I would say is like, have you talked to him about it? Have you asked him this, if this is just how he's coping with something? Is this how he's blowing off steam? But is he really learning that through blowing off steam that way, it's actually affecting his ability to like practice communication and like learning how to like work through problems talking to somebody else rather than just like internalizing it? Because that's kind of the interpretation that I'm getting. Yes, interesting Libra season, his Venus in Libra. Yeah, I mean, that's what's going on. And so it's like, you know, also it can be a distraction from him making other decisions in his life right now, especially if he's like distracted because of finances, or he's like dealing or coping with like, you know, getting rid of other things that he clings on to, or ideas or even habits. So he might be clinging on extra hard to this. And it seems to be distracting for him. So part of what I would say is like this is going to play out, I think, probably during that Libra season and even the retrograde, about finally like coming forward with your truth, right? And kind of being like, this is what I've seen. I've kind of like waited this out to see how you were going to respond and if you were going to like actively like work on this, but you haven't. So now here's what I see. This is what I see for the future. So yeah, I definitely think that's what's going to happen. And I would say that there is room to rework this, but there does need to be a sense of like you explaining to him that it's not just about him listening. You might feel like sometimes you talk to him, but he doesn't hear you, or you don't get that engagement where he's like, oh yeah, okay. But like, you're not really getting that back and forth. If you feel like that's the case, it's really reiterating, being like, just because you're here doesn't mean you're here. Just because you're listening doesn't mean that you're communicating. And really making him realize that he needs to like be present. Yeah. Hopefully that was helpful.
Beauty.
Hopefully that was helpful. Do you want to get, I saw Jackie. I think I saw Jackie in here, huh?
So we're going to save Misha.
Yeah, we will wait and see if she pops on.
Cool.
Kayla and...
Thank you, Maggie, and thank you, Kirsten.
Thank you, guys.
Very amazing.
I'll let you get Angeli, and then I am happy to read for Kayla as your membership.
I think she said...
Donation.
Oh. Okay. Well, Angeli, we got the Ace of Wands for you. This is basically a yes to a yes or no question. Candace, you literally asked for this earlier. This is wild.
Ace of Wands!
Yeah. Y'all have ruined the Ace of Wands for me now. Like, I can't see that meme.
Did you see my meme where it was like
Pikachu?
the shadow of the big penis?
Y'all have ruined the fucking Ace of Wands for me. Like, I can't see this without seeing that meme.
Penis power.
Oh, and we got the 10 of Cups. So, Angelique, you may meet somebody brand new who you're gonna live happily ever after with. Or if you're in a partnership, right? You might actually spark something new with this person that will be fulfilling and blissful. This could also be just starting anything that leads to that climax. This could even be climax, ecstasy and orgasm. Yeah, all that.
The big pow pow.
The Big Lebowski.
Let me know what your question is, Kayla. I'll get you before we pop on over to everybody else. Thank you, Sun. Thank you, Mags, and also Kristen will be with you soon. I love the chat. You guys are just as like 6th grade locker room humor as us.
I love it.
I love it. Let me know, Kayla. I will do your reading for you. Thank you guys for your donations. Those of you guys who are just tuning in, we're doing live readings. Check out our link below. Check out our super chat. Get in the queue if you want to get a reading with myself or Mike. Man, I don't know. I've been seeing the Ace of Wands everywhere lately. If you guys didn't see the meme, go look at my story on my Instagram. Go check out Beyond the Veil Tarot and Astrology. It's hilarious. I love a good like Ace of Wands dick meme. You throw some Pikachu action in there, it's even better.
Yo.
Kayla says, as you told me in the last reading, I'm on vacation in Minnesota and I had some anticipated family drama. Do tell, Kayla. What happened?
Ooh.
Would you like me to give you a reading on what's going to happen? Let's take a look. What kind of drama can you have in Minnesota? Did somebody spill your beer? Did the Vikings not get a first round draft?
Uh-oh.
Should have, because they fucking suck. All right. Let's get into it. Kayla, I'm here to help you. Let me help you. Help me help you. Help me help you. My dad's wife and I got into an argument. Well, you know what I say? She's not your mom, so fuck her. Okay? Gone in another world. Okay, so
you're watching a tug of war happen.
Occasionally I can feel that you're drifting away, so I'll get that mental lasso and just
Yeah. Oh shit.
It's been an ongoing issue. Now I'm just ready to say fuck off to everyone. Okay, let's take a look. People are always aggressive. Okay, so let's see, Kayla.
Oh my god.
Knight of Wands, the Hangman reversed, and the Four of Coins. Here's what's weird. Like, do you get the impression that, like, dad's not stepping in? Like, is dad not defending you? Like, is dad, like, somehow, like, is there all this aggression going on in the background and somebody who's, like, slinging some shitty words, but you feel like you're the odd man out or somebody's not jumping in some way? You're not my real mom. I mean, that's the impression I get. Knight of Wands can be like this hostility that's going on. Like, it's moving past just like throwing verbal spars, like moving in the direction of like somebody's trying to take off their earrings and beat somebody's ass. Like, that's very Knight of Wands. And it escalating to a point where it physically feels uncomfortable. Yeah, he's not defending you. Yeah, I see that from the Hangman. I see that coming up, being like, you know, am I in this alone? Is it just me? Am I crazy? People not wanting to acknowledge or, you know, make her aware of her bullshit. Like a lot of people who are just kind of like ignoring it, acting like it's not a problem. And the Four of Coins is like this feeling of like shutting down, right? Like being in a situation where you're shutting down. His balls are in her purse. Yeah, you know, I mean, but what I will say is that, was this over like conflicts over like ownership or like money or what somebody has or what they're paying for or what they're given or what they're controlling? Like, is there anything like that going on? Because the Four of Coins can be having somebody, you know, locked down, but it can also be like somebody not willing to give something up. Somebody could also be like carrying like and holding like a grudge and some stuff that's happened in the past that they're not willing to overlook, and so they're just kind of like not willing to let it go, or constantly, you know, badgering a situation. As far as I'm concerned, like, you can be feeling shut out right now. Like, it may be better to just like, you know, take space so this isn't something that becomes hostile or aggressive or moving into a direction where you like really permanently kind of shut yourself off to like interacting with your dad or like being around your dad. And definitely not getting, you know, like there's no arguing with crazy. Like, you can't argue with crazy is the one thing I would say looking at this too, because this is crazy and this is like arguments, but arguments that turn more aggressive. So people who are not actually aware of their behavior, whether that's how they communicate, their tone, their body language, like it's like almost like arguing with a wall. So it's like, okay, do I either like go toe to toe with crazy, or do I just go and hide and like hang out in another room because I can't be around these people? Probably better to do that rather than to keep subjecting yourself to like actually somebody going out of their way to make you physically uncomfortable. Yeah, that's a bummer. I'm sorry to hear that. Try to go swimming, take a dip, you know, don't freak out over it, you know, don't overly indulge in like drinking. Drinking can make issues more challenging, or, you know, it can even further distort people's perceptions. That's what I would say. Hopefully that was helpful. Sorry to hear you're going through that, girl. At least you knew it was coming. A lot of Scorpio risings have had a lot of beef with siblings. I've heard a lot of this last, probably since May, because of the squares to their third house. Pluto in their third house, but Saturn's riding the line between the third and the fourth. Just a lot of family conflicts and disputes. All right. Who do you want to take? So we've got.
I'll take Maggie.
Okay.
Bam. All right. Megs. Shout out to Ascension Diaries. Welcome.
She's not your mom.
No, Maggie, you were asking about moving out of state with your son. And what can you expect this upcoming month? Bingo. So 7 of Swords means, thank you. When you move out, make sure you don't tell anybody. Ooh, we got the Sun card and we got the 4 of Swords. Normally I'd turn it upright, but it looks like this is you leaving a situation or an environment that doesn't calm you down. Because if it was the 4 of Swords, you're in a place where, so first of all, you should move out with your son. This is definitely saying what to expect over the coming month.
No, she's driving, she's going on a trip.
Oh, okay.
Okay, eventually she wants to move towards the East Coast.
So, but like she's, okay.
She's talking about going on a trip, driving out of state.
So you definitely want to drive out of state with your son. But the 7 of Swords is saying you don't want to tell people when you're dipping. Like at all. Like this is kind of like leaving at the dead of the night and you tell people after you left, like, oh, by the way, like, or maybe you don't even have to tell anyone who doesn't have to know, right? But there's this element of secrecy here, even with just taking a trip. The 4 of Swords is like you not necessarily comfortable, but like rejuvenated. It would suggest anxiety, right? So it being upside down is you having to like leave that. That could even be an unconscious motivation of the trip. It's even crazier because we have the sun in between it. So even though it's not walking towards it, it's like you're coming into greater sunlight, literally. But the sun over the Justice card is you maintaining this mastery of balance. This mastery of balance with the sunlight that is clearing up so much happiness and victory to look forward into. And the 4 of Swords reversed is you really confronting where you personally are not necessarily comfortable where you're at. So that's if you were to look at it past, present, and future. But what I see with these cards are you're leaving a negative, toxic environment and situation. Even if it wasn't like you're moving, as much as you coming into happiness, leaving. But it's not the 8 of Cups where it's like, okay, I'm gonna like let go. It's like you're sneaking away. It's like you're not allowing any influences to even like coerce you or hold you down. It doesn't have to even be in this like context, but just keep that in mind, because you asking if you're gonna leave with your son, and we have the first card of like, this is you, by the way. This is the moon in Aqua. So this is you definitely like not even just sneaking away, because there's a Justice card here and the Law. So it's really getting away with whatever you're doing. But I just want to emphasize, oh, this is your son. I'm slow as fuck. This is you and your son. This is literally him on a horse. So like the 4 of Swords is like you really kind of leaving this unbalanced place. It's almost as if because you leave, once you come back, you realize, oh snap, like I might have thought this was upright before. This is reverse. Like I need to actually change this. I shouldn't have been comfortable in this environment. So not like it's anything that you have to really worry about, but I think it's something that's gonna really help you gain more clarity and rest.
I would also say, and I'm not trying to like go off your reading.
History.
Don't drive at night with those cards.
Really?
Yeah. The Seven of Swords, the Sun, the Four of Swords reversed indicates driving during the daytime, making sure you're well rested, especially if you're going on a trip that's going to be further. Like really stop at night, rest, like try not to drive through the night, like try not to, drive 18 hours or whatever straight, because it does talk about the treachery of the Seven of Swords. And also in the process of the journey, it's like reevaluating what it would be like to move and whether or not you really want to leave and what your energy feels like being in another place, and also this whole kind of like renewal that will come from it, and like really shedding and like letting go and like moving in a direction where you're going to have new relationships, stronger relationships, a better relationship with yourself, a better relationship with your son. So really pay attention to where you feel in balance being away from home, and it'll give you some perspective when you come back of whether or not you really want to move.
And if you do have to drive at night with the Justice card,
You need another person.
just follow the law. Or, well, the Seven of Swords is her on her own, right? But
Yeah.
if she doesn't speed or anything, she'll be good. She follows like the rules. Yeah.
All right, so let me grab Kristen. I've been working my ass off, decided to find the cheapest flight somewhere for a break. I'm headed to Vegas for the first time. Listened to Candace's video for August, though. Sounds like the 1st to the 3rd is rough. Tell me good things. Girl, if it's rough, come hang out. We'll grab a beer. We'll go gamble. Let's take a look. So what do you need to know? It's a good time to be traveling if you're a Scorpio rising. Even though you got all those squares, I'll give you a break. Again, the Hangman. Again, dipping out, checking out, getting some perspective. Dealing with anxiety. Perhaps maybe it's like you've been feeling like really defeated, and it's been challenging for you to be in the same space or the same place, because it's like this repeated like rehashing what hasn't been working or what's over, or it's almost like this opportunity to kind of check out is giving you a bit of a break from that cycle of just constantly perpetually like feeling like you're in a more negative headspace. What's cool is the Ace of Swords jumping out really talks about that new beginning. Like this is the completion, the 10, this is the Ace. With that coming up with the Hangman, I see it as like also an energy of 12, like completing a cycle. Like if you've been in the whole 12th house, like losing it, everything's falling apart, oh my God, end of the world phase, then there's nowhere to go but up. So if you do decide that you want to come and spend time, you may kind of feel like you're a little out of it. This is like very Neptunian, so it can be like, hanging out, spacing, sleeping in, drinking a lot, whatever. You want to pay attention to that Neptune energy. But the Hangman also, when it's reversed, what it's saying is not delaying or self-sabotaging or undoing, like in a way rehashing over and over what's not working on, or what has not been working. It's about moving on and coming back with like a fresh state of mind. So get all your vices out, get everything out while you're here, do all the things that you need to do, get on with it. So when you come back, it's just like a fresh start, a new idea. Sometimes maybe you have to like really like kind of like lose it to figure it out, or kind of go on a bender. I'm not encouraging people to do that, but it might be that whole just working everything out of your system that's needed to totally unwind and then come back and have a different direction. Ace of Swords is also setting intentions, what you're communicating, what you're writing, what you're putting in order, what you're planning for. It's very cerebral. It's an air element, so it definitely deals with like a lot of communication. Maybe when you travel, like bring a book with you, or like an audiobook, something that you can listen to or something that you can read, So you feel like you're also feeding this energy of like, okay, while I'm going through like my hangman moment and I'm like kind of unwinding, there is a point to all of this, and it's because I'm doing this clearing to go more into that. So something that's maybe like picking up a planner, working through like a several week workshop or a course that's about getting on track and direction. Maybe it's journaling, whatever it is, it's about being able to really have that full like mental kind of purge. Something that's really great that I go back to regularly is The Artist's Way. Have you read that? So it's like the book that's like about creative writing and like, how to get into the flow of just being more creative and like bringing your talents into fruition, or just like being able to really write or act or storytelling, whatever. But I've done it a lot, like when I feel like blocked, and going and doing my morning pages of like getting up in the morning first thing and like writing for 15 minutes. It doesn't matter. There's no prompt. It's just like getting all of your ideas out. Like get all of the negativity out of your system and then come up with a plan and have tools to be able to come back and then start putting your words into action. Hopefully that's helpful. People are like, a drink sounds fantastic. You've got San. Leo Sun, Leo Moon, Cancer Rising. I have a lovely connection with a Libra, but saw some energies pulling us apart, and then his ex connected him, and he got confused. I know it's deception and self-defense came up, and I cut him off. What is happening? What is happening?
Boom.
Thanks, Ash. Appreciate it. Like those numbers.
The end. The Ten of Swords.
Again? Man, people are really going through it. Thank you, Loriana.
The end doesn't have to be the end, though. But there is some defeat and failure. So this is definitely coming up. What's very fascinating to me, though, is after the shitstorm is happiness. So you might actually want to embrace the challenges that are happening, because the Four of Wands is, especially after the Five, after friction, you ever have like conflict with somebody and then you're better off because of it? Like because everything you were like tensely holding in, you got it out, and then it's not like you just let it go, but this is really weird seeing this kind of like chronology. The Four of Wands, which is Venus and Aries especially, because since you're talking about you and your partner, I don't really see, unless this is talking about you getting with someone new after like competition, fighting over you, this is definitely speaking of, if not a resolution of conflict, you really connecting even deeper with your partner. I mean, it's not the Two of Cups, but this is like a wedding card, a celebration card. It's like a party, it's a celebration. So the Ace of Pentacles, it could even be a proposal that someone says no to because it's reversed. But that's where I'm saying this could be repeated proposals until there's a yes said. But either way, this is an offering that falls on the floor. The weirdest thing about it, though, is like in hindsight, or even though it's not after it, it's like, see, in foresight, your perception of the drama of this, which is clearly the Five of Wands, is actually what's going to lead to the Four of Wands. So your perception of the Five of Wands is, it obviously being dramatic with the Ten of Swords and the Ace of Pentacles, and there being maybe elements of deceit or betrayal. You don't want to rush to any conclusions, and just, if anything, challenge any notions, let things play out, because what's happening is it's leading to this very stunning resolution, which is happening this Leo season too. So I would say within the end of the week or next week. But yeah, quintessentially what's happening here is the end. So even if you don't break up, it's definitively the end of a phase of your partnership, which is probably what might lead to the Four of Wands, because it could. The Ten of Swords is also the end of a difficult situation. So this could really just be so much drama needed that is bringing up conflicts that are going to be resolved like ASAP. What's up, Kelsey?
Kelsey made it. She's on my list, yeah? Kelsey? Yeah. Kelsey, let us know if you have a question. We will add you into the queue. All right. So, I know that we've got Ash, Oriana, we've got Kelsey. Was there somebody else? I just checked the PayPal. I don't see anything. But I do see that Carrie sent us PayPal last time, but I'm trying to remember if we gave her a reading. And then, who's Lightworker Enterprise?
Lightworker
Nancy.
Enterprise is Nancy.
Nancy, okay. So Nancy, we got your payment. Thank you. So let us know, Kelsey. We'll do your reading. I will read for Ash. Whatever is meant to be heard. 2626. Interesting numbers there. All right. Thanks, Nancy. We see you. Again, 5 of Wands. So to me, this seems like some kind of chaotic energy, especially pertaining, like, aligning what directions you're either going with, like, your business, your finances, or there can be, like, literal combativeness going on with an earth sign right now, or an older man. I could also see this as like wanting to get ahead of things, wanting to turn that king right side up, especially when it comes to health, wealth, abundance, expansion, feeling more so in control. And it's almost like controlled chaos in a way right now, where it's like, you know, the chaos is ensuing, so you actually step up in a situation, or you become more assertive, or you focus on really getting ahead of something and being able to make something a little bit more physically stable in some sense. It can feel like there's like a lot of going against the grain, either with other people, or kind of feeling like you're going against your values, or maybe having a really challenging time trying to get people to kind of work with you or support you or respect you, pay you. It really depends on what's going on. Because that's a 5, and after that comes the 6, which is a card that's about victory. Really what it's saying is that there does need to be some kind of conflict right now, or friction. And that as a result of that, it's almost like the king is getting challenged. And it's basically like, okay, are you going to jump in? Are you going to do something? Or are you going to let the circus continue? So you'll keep seeing this pushback, 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 because it's like the universe is trying to get a reaction out of you, so you actually act and you make moves. So realize that avoiding this situation is not going to make it better. Sometimes you have to have conflict with people to clear the air. Sometimes you have to have conflict to show people that they shouldn't fuck with you. So whatever it is that's going on right now, that 5 of Wands and the 8 of Coins, the King of Coins reverse, is saying instead of getting frustrated about it and not doing anything, do something. If you get in and if you do something, there's going to be a change. Strength. Especially in this next month. And I'm not talking about physically, because, you know, strength sometimes talks about strength being about emotional strength, or like being a leader and like not being aggressive or not being intimidating. It's just like showing up. So there's a need for you to really, really show up right now. Hopefully that was helpful. Let me know. You want to take Kelsey?
Yep.
Everyone around me is having a tower moment. I'm very overwhelmed. So let's see what we can find for you, Kelsey. Jamie, for this subscription, you're going to get a shout out, you're going to support our channel, and you're going to get 1 reading once a month. So it's a pretty sweet deal.
Bam. Oh, Kelsey always gets these prominent feminine archetypes. We got triple major. This is a life change. Hangman reverse.
Again.
Wow.
5 of Wands keeps coming up.
Damn. So yeah, the Hangman reverse is like a resistance to spirituality with
majors.
ego. I got the King of Cups, and I'm just gonna split this to get the Queen of Cups, strong emotional bond. But yeah, the King of Cups I feel could even be like your Scorpio moon. But the Hangman reversed is a resistance to transformation and a resistance to your own spirituality. So we got the High Priestess, we got the Empress. You are a super psychic goddess. Like, seriously. You got the queen soul. You're psychic AF, and I mean psychic AF. You're an entrepreneur. You have a lot of abundance, right? Like you know at some level you're like at the top level. If we even had a hierarchy here, but the high priestess, empress, moon, Venus is talking about really owning up to this very supreme archetype. And we can say the divine feminine, literally the divine high priestess and feminine empress. But the hangman reverse is saying you're resisting seeing yourself in that way. Like you know you're that bitch. You know you're the head bitch. You know this. But it's hard for you to actually, and you even act on it too. But the hangman is saying you haven't necessarily surrendered to how exactly to really step into that. You feel like there's a way you have to step into that. It's like I know I'm this, but how do I have to do it? How do I really fully get there? And it's like you're already this person. And like you're getting in your own way because you're trying to control the process, or mainly a part of you hasn't really accepted that. And you know what? You said weird stalker. That could actually be this King of Cups. King of Cups isn't necessarily always a weird stalker, but yeah, everyone says that and that resonates. Yeah, and honestly, for the hangman to come up reversed, this is Neptune retrograde.
Yeah. Yeah, and all the aspects that are going to be made to, you know, Venus and Virgo to Neptune and Pisces, and the squares to the nodes, and Virgo season is going to be a little different. It's like a lot of cutting through like issues with perception, but also I look at that and I wonder, like, are you dealing with like wanting to run away because you've got like 3 different individuals that are coming at you with different problems, and are you going between the 2 different parts of your personality where it's like the all-knowing high priestess like gives the information, and then the empress is more about like holding her own? Like, is it hard for you to hold space for other people and still maintain a good relationship with yourself? Like, it can be really challenging for you to be the empress when you're having to constantly give to other people, and it's draining. So now you're seeing a side of you that's not normal, where you're just like checking out when usually you're the person that everybody relies on, because you don't know how to like balance that better. Holding space is not an easy thing to do. It requires a lot of spiritual upkeep and having really good boundaries, and it's something that at least I'm constantly dealing with. So it's not an easy thing to do, to hold space for other people and be the shall answer man, and then like be able to take good care of yourself. I woke up with Neptune on my mind, the first thought in my head.
Wow.
Kelsey, you should like do like Olympia, like do a cleansing bath, like take some like hops and some lemon and some salt and maybe some like coconut and Florida water, and just like take a bath, like dump it over your head, like lay in it, soak in it, like whatever you have to do, like recite some of the Psalms. Yeah, there's 3 different people, Kelsey.
The King of Cups is coming up again, so whoever the King of Cups is, which is obviously the Scorpio sun to your moon, I would do that. Oh, Page of Cups could be a new lover too. Boom.
Wow. Very, very interesting. So you got Sun, Cassandra, Cancer Sun, Sag Moon, Cap Rising, whatever I'm meant to hear. Okay, let's pull a card for you. We are going to pop over to the PayPal. So if you PayPal us, don't worry, we'll get you. So what can I tell her? It's Chelsea, right? Or Cassandra. Sorry, Cassandra. All right. We read Psalms this morning. Let's be on your wavelength. The Bible is a book of spells, y'all. I'm telling you. That's really what it is. Ooh, 4 of Wands. Not a bad card coming up for you. Celebrations, opportunities to kind of cut loose. It's like being able to go to the bar, like go out with your friends, go to the party, like socializing, interacting, like being really happy and like jolly, and being able to celebrate small milestones or small accomplishments. So if you're in the midst of working on a goal or writing a book, or like if there's some like milestone you've hit in your career, or in terms of like paying a credit card off, whatever, it's celebrating like small victories, and really being in a place of just joy and appreciation and surrounding yourself with good people. The Four of Wands can be an invitation for a party, a wedding, a get-together. It can be an indication that there is some kind of celebration that's coming, or there's some kind of good news that's coming. 4 days, 4 weeks, but especially look for like celebrations and get-togethers outdoors, like think like barbecues, pool parties, being able to go to somebody's birthday, something like that. Outdoors events, music, live stuff. That's definitely where you want to find yourself in the immediate near future.
Got him. That was for Cassandra?
Yeah.
Nice.
And then we've got, I'm wondering if Carrie is still here. If you are, let us know. We've got Nancy. So Nancy is a Sun in Virgo, Moon in Leo, Ascendant in Pisces. Will I be able to quit my job and start my spiritual shop on Etsy by September, or will it take longer?
Oh, you will be able to do that. So let's just see how long it'll take, for sure.
Just word to the wise, always start the spiritual business, the spiritual shop, like the tarot readings, like whatever, just do it. Like, do it without any expected outcome, because the ones who end up really doing it and doing it well and enjoying it are the ones who are doing it without any expectations. Like, at least I can say for myself, and I think for you, like, we never planned to do this for a living. I didn't plan this.
I have always desired it, but I didn't expect it necessarily at some point before I realized it. So that's solid advice. And
I'll get you Loriana. I see you. Don't worry.
Definitely start it. Whether you quit your job or not, you still want to start it. I would recommend you do quit if you're ready to focus that energy, especially throughout Virgo season. But other than that, because that's going to be very powerful to start and initiate during your solar return, especially, and to really just stick with it, right? But let's see about quitting the job and when it'll take. You do want to expect delays, because got the Devil card, Emperor, Page of Cups, Star card reversed. So yeah, as far as it like taking longer, you don't necessarily want to expect to start it and then it generate enough income that you're comfortable with until you have an idea of like who you're working with and what it'll be like. Because once you start, you'll get a grasp of that. The Emperor card is actually, once again, encouraging ownership of this kind. I almost feel like the Devil card, though, could either be like quid pro quo, or this aspect of doing so much work but getting paid little for it. So I'm not gonna lie, I feel like these cards are not even addressing your question. I feel like this is more addressing somebody who is like the Emperor Devil hitting on you, but the Star card reverse is like they're not as famous as they may act like they are. Like they got their shit together with the Emperor, but they might be manipulative and they might be acting like, oh, I'm actually very influential and blah 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 without saying it, but they're not. Because I almost get the sense with the Page of Cups, it's like after, and then you'd be like, oh, this is reversed. But maybe in another case it could go upright, but that's just the vibe I'm getting with these cards. Relative to the job situation, personally, I would definitely say you should definitely, yes, you want to start the shop. Absolutely. Quitting your job, if you were going to do that now, that's actually supported because the sun is 12th house to you. So doing that and launching in Virgo will actually be a good boost But yeah, I would see, the thing is, everything you're starting in Virgo, because Aquarius is sixth house to you, coming into that sixth house axis, even if it's in another house, will stabilize everything you start Virgo coming into completion in March. So if you do start it now, by Aquarius season, Pisces season, you will break through, you will see completion. That's the thing. If you're quitting your job expecting for there to be supplemental income, there could be, but yeah.
I think you're going to see most of the success actually come after Capricorn season, and it's going to be between February and April 2022. But more of this for you is about making the mental mind shift into working for yourself and emotionally kind of going like, the whole goal is to not work for other people and to be in a space where it's not emotionally draining to be doing the kind of work that I'm doing. So the goal is to not just quit my job. The goal is to go into a type of work that's more meaningful and working for yourself and making that emotional shift. And also needing community, like needing other people, like that's a big thing. Like when you make that segue into like, I'm an entrepreneur, or I have my own business, or I do my own thing, like you need other people who are gonna surround you friendship-wise or networking, or other people you can connect with that's gonna help build you up in that way, so you're not feeling like you're doing this all on your own and then falling back and into old patterns of kind of feeling like you have to work for the man. So there's a lot of restructuring going on.
Yeah.
And if you're a Virgo, also, you know, Jupiter's now retrograding back into Aquarius, so on that sixth house axis for you, it's going to be about finding a type of work that's more pleasurable, something that you enjoy. Like you've got that until the end of the year, you know, don't lose it. And Saturn's going to be in that part of your chart really for another like year and a half, 2 years. So it's having conversations with your second house of resources and your 10th house of career. So all year it's about restructuring. How can I do something differently? And it all starts with communication and the ideas first.
Seven of Pentacles is saying you want to take your time with it, be patient with it, because at first you're like growing a farm. So, you know, I would say both of us, we didn't really start seeing major success immediately. We just kind of grew it. We grew our content, we grew what we were doing, we grew our brand. But yeah, with the star, even in this, you just want to be careful of people who may like have views, may have followers, and like they got their shit together and they use their influence to make you feel like, oh, you gotta mess with me, you gotta talk to me in this industry, and they're full of shit. Full of shit.
Let's get Loriana. Thanks for being patient. Virgo Sun, Leo Moon, Sag Rising, traveling to Puerto Rico to see family, haven't visited in 12 years. What should I know? And you're traveling this weekend. I mean, it's always a good time to travel, for the most part, unless there's some Mercury-Neptune aspects or a Mercury retrograde. That can be definitely more challenging, but you're going to Puerto Rico. Hopefully you'll have fun. Have a drink for us. Let us know how that goes. We're going to tell you how it's going to go. Here we go. 5 of Cups reversed. Knight of Swords. Wow, Knight of Cups. Is there somebody who was like, okay, so is there somebody who was supposed to go and like now they can't go, and like there's some like kind of people are bummed out, or there's something going on feeling like, oh man, we wanted them to come, or some kind of disappointment? There can also be some sense of like hashing something out for the better, or if somebody had hurt feelings in a situation in the past, it's like being able to communicate and being like, okay, we'll talk about it when I get there. If you haven't communicated with somebody in a while, or like there's like that family member who you just haven't really connected with, to me it seems like the trip's going to be pretty positive. It's about not getting bummed out if there's some delays or if there's some challenges getting there. Also, it talks a little bit about like maybe just emotionally like not being in the mood to travel back to back. It might feel like a little like jumbled, like there's a lot of traveling all going on at one time or within a really short proximity. So you get kind of moody, you get kind of agitated. Don't, you know, double or triple check anything that pertains to like getting picked up, travel times, you know, when flights are leaving, like check everything, because there's likely to be either some issues with that or in terms of relaying the information or some miscommunications. But all in all, it's like worst case scenario, like let's say like you're really sad about a situation and you're, you know, rushing and you know, you're like, oh my God, I'm going to miss my flight. And I've been too busy like crying and like packing. And then I, you know, get to the airport and I'm late and I miss my flight. But at least you can sit at the bar and have a drink, right? Like there's some silver lining, like there's some positive.
This is for Loriana.
Yeah, my mom was supposed to go and help my grandfather travel, but she bailed. She hasn't been very committed to family affairs. So yeah, people are going to be disappointed or agitated or upset, or even maybe you're holding back and expressing your disappointment for your mom not coming through. But to be honest with you, it looks like it's going to be a better situation if she's not there. Yeah, so it's like, to be honest with you, I kind of feel like this is a situation where everything happens for a reason. So if you miss the flight, or if mom can't go or whatever, it might be a better trip without her rather than having her there and like kind of having all that stuff going on right now. But Nine of Cups is like everything, you know, coming full circle, it being happy, a joyous time, like getting together, like, you know, whatever your wish is. Like maybe your wish was like, I just want to go and spend time with my grandfather and like have a peaceful time. And the universe was like, bippity boppity boo, like mom's not going. Because had she gone, maybe it wouldn't have been a peaceful time. So you got your wish, you're getting to go. Way better that she's not there, yeah. I've been having dreams about missing my flight since December. I missed the flight or forget my luggage in the dreams. That can mean that you are overlooking opportunities and you're a little scared to take a risk or to take a chance, right? Like missing the flight or missing or losing the bags is like, am I missing that opportunity? But the anxiety of like not actually, you know, taking the leap of faith. Oh, there's Carrie. You want to take Carrie? And then we will get Valton. I'm glad you get to go, Loriana. It's going to be a good trip. Mom's missing out. So Carrie said, open to what I'm supposed to know. My life is active in every aspect. It's been a long past 3 years, feeling like things will change and are changing. It sometimes happen. Cancer rising, 21 degrees. You want to take her?
Let's do it. Who?
Carrie. We didn't get her last time.
Oh, Carrie Trinidad.
Yeah.
She's level 3?
Yeah.
Oh,
She sent a payment last time. We didn't get her.
Oh, sick.
You're welcome. Pina coladas and Mai Tais. Mike and I like to drink mojitos now.
Oh, yes.
Where was that place?
Oh, yes.
Was it outside of Caesars?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was
so
outside
of Caesars
That's
in
it,
Vegas,
yeah.
there's like a little hut. And we
that.
went like bar to bar and got several mojitos. And finally we went to one and this guy was like, if you like mojitos, go to the hut outside of Caesars. That place has the best ever.
I mean,
We gotta go back there. I've been having dreams
that
about
was
those
the
mojitos.
first day I had mojitos, I think, too. I don't think
I'm always
never had
exposing you
mojitos
to
before.
new things. All the goodies.
Boom. Okay. Not surprised. The magician, what you need to know is that you are supremely skilled and talented, regardless of how insecure other people are around you or what they think of your abilities and skills. So this is pretty much saying, oh my gosh, like you're so fucking magical. That's what I have to say. Ace of Pentacles, you can make things come out of thin air. The world. What are you doing? Who are you, Carrie? You're an angel. So we have the Ace of Pentacles, the world, the Page of Wands. This is what you need to know is that you are the MFing GOAT. Seriously, like you can actually say you're the best at what you do. And I think what you need to know is that you need to really sell yourself like that. Especially with the Ace of Pentacles and the Page of Wands. What you're offering anybody is a complete experience of like mastery of your skills. And so like there's like in any offering of it, now other people may be ignorant, you know, a lot of people don't know shit. So like, you know, they may feel like, oh, it's supposed to be like this, it's supposed to be like that. And like the page is not the king of wands. Like the page doesn't look super experienced. So the fact that, you know, what you're offering people is like greater, like it's gonna exceed every of their expectations, even if they're not in a position to like see that because they're not as skilled as you. And this is saying that you want to be very excited when you talk about what you offer people when it comes to what you're creating for yourself. This is awesome. Like what you need to know is that you've done all the work, you've got the completion. You want to be very excited though, because once again, the Ace of Pentacles is what you're bringing into this world has never been done. It's completely new. This is going to come and you're manifesting like a lifetime's worth of wealth and power for yourself. But I'm getting that the Page of Wands is the most key. You want to stay passionate every day about what you're offering, because it's literal crack. It's like magic. It's like, yo, have you heard about my skill? Have you heard about my shit? It's the shit. Like, I mean, they're cool, but have you gotten this? Like, you want to fuck with this, because like, and you deliver every time. So that's amazing. I love it.
All right, so we've got Lightworkers Enterprise. Oh no, that was Nancy. I take that back. We've got Valton. Hey Valton, what's going on? Yo, what's up? I wanted to get a reading because I don't know, I haven't got one before. It's been a while since I've been here. You def see me more though. Was wondering if I can get a reading, maybe regarding love or career, whatever spirit calls. Also, I can't wait to see you tomorrow for the miracle reading. Cancer sign, Sun ascendant on the 1st, Aries moon in the 10th. Wow, lots of love. All right, who do you have a reading with? Is that with you? Is it with me?
Valton?
Yeah.
You should give him a reading.
Yeah, but he said something about having a reading, maybe? I don't know, miracle reading?
Oh, yeah. No, I got a reading with Valton.
All right, so let's see. Oh, what was that just jumped out? No shit.
Again.
Again, 5 of Wands. So that challenge, combativeness.
Are you in the middle of a war right now or something?
I don't know. That 5 of Wands is weird. It feels like a lot of friction. So let's see. Oops. 5 of Coins. 2 5s. Pushing against the odds, trying to overcome, feeling down and out in a situation. Pushing to achieve more. That was way more than 2, but they jumped out. I see this as like trying to push through financial obstacles, or feeling like you're actually doing something of value, or that you're bringing in more money, or that you're getting opportunities. The 6 of Wands, the Magician and the Hierophant. I feel like if you're hitting a wall, definitely getting a reading right now is a good time, or getting some insight, because the Hierophant and the Magician can definitely be like somebody who can show you the practical and also like the metaphysical side of things. And being able to kind of help you shift your perspective on what it means to be successful, or what it means to actually have things together. Like getting a reading, talking to a life coach, talking to a career coach, something like that can be really positive for you right now, because you can really get to the core of like what it means to be happy, and finding first that clarity when it comes to happiness and value, and feeling like you're doing something of value so you can get on the right path. So there's a perspective changing. There may be some aspect of also some like ritual work that goes hand in hand with this, where you start really working with the elements, and doing something, dealing with, I think, more so earth, because I see the Hierophant as being like kind of like an earthly kind of, Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo energy of like being really grounded and having some direction. So you might start working with earth elements, or whether it's like planting seeds and setting intentions, or working with crystals to be able to kind of get that emotion. Abundance, independence, self-sufficiency, coming, all of these things, like feeling like you're living a life that's like a little bit more comfortable. So, I definitely feel like part of where this is going is like acquiring new skills, or anything that's going to give you the ability to kind of like really like forge ahead and feel like you can be a lot more confident with what's going on with your professional stuff. Holding yourself back, struggle with the branding of your business name and designing it. Yeah, but I mean, that's all getting ready to break through. Like, it may be beneficial to get a reading. It may be also a really good idea to talk with like either like a branding person, or even like a career coach, somebody who can really help you kind of like harness not just the name and the look and the feel of it, but what the whole purpose is, so you can tie it all together. And sometimes getting perspective from somebody who's just like a really good idea person, or has built a business, or like works with creatives, like singer-songwriters do it. They work all the time with other people and helping kind of like really develop and perfect an album, right? Like, you might be good at having a business, but the difference between a good business and a great business is your vision. So you need somebody to help you, who can come in and kind of help you do that.
Sweet.
Hopefully that's helpful. Did we get everybody? I feel like we did. We're caught up. So if you're watching right now, you want a reading, we're doing 1 or 3 cards. Let us know. Let's see here. There we go. Jamie, we see you.
Let's get it.
Thank you for your donation. We appreciate it. Your generosity. Sun in Aquarius, Moon in Scorpio, Rising is Leo. It's been a shit show last month, especially with my close friend, but I've recently been able to see how much I've grown into my higher self. You're getting dinged with all that fixed squares.
Bam.
Leo rising, Scorpio moon, Sun in Aquarius. Wow.
I love how you said grown into your higher self. Because we got the King of Pentacles, the King of Swords. We got the Six of Cups. You're really stepping into a more professional, masculine expression of yourself, mirrored by masculine authority figures in your life. Even the women, too, who hold up to this. What I'm sensing intuitively is that the underlying theme of you growing into your higher self is tapping into your innocence and your inner child, especially because the King of Pentacles and the King of Swords mean business. And so the Fool card reversed is not keeping an open mind and opening up to opportunities that are not your type. Because, you may be blocking soulmate potential. And when I say soulmate potential, the underlying theme of you really stepping forward is soulmates. But this could be like a friend who really taps you into your inner child. This could be a soulmate connection with your inner child. This could be a romantic soulmate connection with this King of Pentacles and the King of Swords. In fact, this could be talking about a soulmate connection with someone who's the King of Pentacles and the King of Swords, but he's crazy as fuck. And the Fool card is saying the Fool card is saying maybe he's not even crazy, he's super rigid. And you may actually be able to turn this into the Fool where he's open-minded. So the Fool card could really be talking about someone who is so rigid, like a King of Pentacles, a King of Swords. He's afraid to take new risks because he's not a know-it-all. Like, this is someone who's at the top of their game. They're wealthy as hell. And, you may be able to, of course, connect with this person on their level and inspire them to more so, open up adventure. So I see this Fool card is definitely gonna flip around, but I didn't really want to make this a soulmate thing, but I feel like that's one aspect of it, and then the other aspect of it is you embodying this, but you could be mirroring that too with someone who you've been dealing with. So if it's not romantic, this could be with a friend, but yeah.
Call and lost call on the readings, guys. If you have a question, you want to get it in, let us know. Otherwise, we'll be back in 2 weeks. You can also check out our personal channels. Mike's always posting something. He never shuts up. Ever. I sometimes like popping in on your lives. I should do it more.
You think I'm on the internet all day or something.
I do lives also every Friday night. Check me out. I do live tarot readings, and I also have subscriptions on my channel if you search for Beyond the Veil Tarot and Astrology. And I also alternate. So 1 week will be tarot, one will be astrology. So you can check out my channel or Mike at the Peace Dealer. Whoop. A lot of you guys are already following us, but yeah, check out our personal pages.
And you know what time it is. Your favorite.
Ooh.
Pick a card, lady!
So funny, somebody just said, I saw your soulmate video on Insta the other week and it stood out for me. And then the Ace of Cups and the Two of Cups jumped out.
How does that just happen?
I don't know. Lots of soulmate vibes. We can do a pick a card reading. We can do a pick a card. This is your favorite.
Pile 1, pile 2, pile 3. You know the drill. How is your sex life going to be for the rest of the week? Let us see. All right. Let us see.
Oh, man.
We finna see. We def finna see. All right.
Okay, I want to pick one this time.
Oh,
okay.
This is pile number 1.
No, I'll pick. Okay, go.
Oh, wait.
No, I want to pick one.
Oh, you want to pick? Oh, okay, go for it.
No, you do it. I'm going to pick one for myself. I'm just not going to tell you which one it is. I guess I should have said that.
No, this is
I realize you're not telepathic.
Right. I mean, I was going to pick pile 2, so this is you. That's what's up. I shouldn't have said the pile I'm going to pick, but it is what it is.
Okay.
And this will be pile 3.
Okay.
Bam. Like I'm looking like I'm looking at a soda.
So they know which one it is.
You're my fantasy.
Got my number already. Get your numbers.
Did you really just drop the Ace of Cups and the Two of Cups?
Yeah, it was totally, That just jumped.
Some of you are getting some new poontang, or you're doing something new that you never done with your partner before. Yeah, that's what's up. And you both gonna like it, and it's gonna be like, well, is this a thing now? Oh, we might have to meet up every now and then, or every day, and do it.
Drink mojitos.
Yes. Oh.
Get white girl wasted.
Oh, and do white girl witchcraft. White woman witchcraft. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Pile one. Are you getting some or not? We have the Three of Pentacles. Yes, teamwork makes the dream work. You might know some positions. They know some positions. You work together. You make them work out.
You gotta work for it.
Yes.
You gotta make them work.
Gotta make it worth it.
Yeah, right.
Yes. And this could even be saying, normally, we got Katie. Thank you, Katie. This could even be talking about, I hate to say meeting at someone at work, but, I got you. If you want a great date idea to lead into some smashy, instead of going out to a museum or going out to dinner, take her to where you work. Or say, hey, let's work on a project together. Bam. And one thing can lead to another, and make sure you finish the project. And yeah, but what this is also is the secret society card, and this is all of secret occult organizations, and it's also commercial transactions. So some of you just need to swallow your pride and, buy an escort and just have some fun, role play and all that. So,
Or sex after work.
It's
like, yeah, I'll see you when I get off work. Ooh. Hopefully they're not a bartender, because that would suck. You gotta really want the D if you're gonna be sleeping with the bartender. What's number 2? I was gonna say that it's a vibe. I was gonna sing that. I didn't go there, but I should have.
Okay, thank God. Okay,
I picked number 2, so I'm okay with that. That was the one I picked.
The Knight of Pentacles is not too hot. It's not too cold. It's just right. It's consistent.
Steady.
It's steady. It's every day.
That's
it's
that
just
emotional
how you like
sex.
It. Really?
Yeah, with an earth sign.
With an earth sign, yes.
And I see that. What do you see that as, like a Virgo or a...
It's Virgo, yeah. I see it's Virgo. But it could be Taurus, it could be Capricorn. But it's consistency. As a romantic or sex, it's actually the happily ever after card. Because of the stability. It's okay, so the 10 of Cups is a happily ever after card and I was happy and in love. But the Knight of Pentacles is happily ever after, as in this is stable and it actually lasts.
It's that consistent dick that you know is gonna come through. That's what it is. That's the dick that delivers.
Oh.
And he comes bearing gifts. He'll bring food and wine and
so you can stabilize some sexual unions. This is beautiful. Oh, we got the 4 of Pentacles reversed. Some of you need to stop being stingy and just give up the coochie already.
What?
Or give up the D. I'm just joking.
I see that reversed as like not. Never mind.
Not giving it up? So you got
not that it's not giving it up, but it's like, I don't have the money to take her out, so I'm gonna take her through drive-thru. And she's like, nah. Or like, cheap. No, we're not having sex because I didn't shave. And he's like, I don't care.
Ooh.
And she's like, no.
Right. Oh my God. I didn't hear that again to get it. Right. I don't care, babe. I do.
Guys don't care about bush.
We don't.
No. Mm-mm. Pussy doesn't have a face.
As long as it doesn't smell down there, then we can have fun down there. It's actually that. Yeah, I totally didn't steal that.
Stuff that comes out of fucking your mouth, Mike.
So I wanted to do this upright.
Can I get an escort, a Miller High Life, and a Black and Mild, please?
Yes.
Fuck, that sounds like a Christmas gift that you would request. Do you drink Miller High Life?
I mean, if I'm desperate and that's really... Don't forget that. Oh, you know what? I was thinking you were saying natural light.
Natty light?
No, High Life is all right. No. High Life is all right. So, actually, I'm also picking up that this is a no for pile 3, but it can be a yes. You just have to...
Careful what you say.
No
does not mean yes in this culture.
No. No, I'm glad you said that.
Mike's about to get canceled.
Right.
He's like, no.
It could be a yes. You just have to like push a little extra. No, it could be a yes, right? You just have to give up something you're holding on. So it's gonna be a no because maybe it's like you can have sex, but you would have to let go of something. So you're like, no, I don't want to let go of it. But if you let go of it, you will have sex. So it's like a conditional no.
That's like crashing at his house, but he doesn't want you to stay, and he hogs the bed.
No means yes. Look at the 7 of Wands. Oh no! Don't cancel me.
People are watching this right now and they're like, these people are fucking weird. We're fucking weird. All right, so let's.
You're welcome.
Let's get Kaylee, Cap Rising, Cap Moon, Cap North Node, Taurus Sun, Earth Mama. Is a good idea to attempt to date this year. With all that Capricorn, they better have a good credit score and a big dick. That's all I'm gonna say. That's important. Can you please confirm?
I got the Chariot and the Magician, so it's not even so much that, and I feel like this is for all of you too, but is it a good idea to attempt to date this year? So here's the thing. You can date, but here's the thing. Don't date just like, okay, I'm trying to find the right person and, you know, I'll see who'll accept me. First of all, you said you had Capricorn anything, so you're the motherfucking GOAT. So you have to date like, excuse me, bitches, I am the fucking one. Yep, nobody is fucking with me. Like the Chariot card is not about who am I gonna get with. The Chariot card is who do you want, my friend? Because basically you getting whoever you want. It's like, he looks cute, but I want him, and you're gonna get it. So it's like, excuse me, my name is the GOAT, the greatest of all time, and I am the one that you've been looking for. And you say it every time, and it's true every time. But like the Chariot, like the Magician here is just knowing that you're the one, right? But the Chariot card is you unstoppable. Like you're, like anyone you want to be with, you're gonna be there. But you have to know that, and you have to have that confidence, or the drive will not be there.
Also, like a lot of what's going on is just like timing. Like the Ace of Pentacles, the Ten of Swords. Like, are you coming up on a 1 month, 6 month, 1 year since something ended? Like, are you really paying attention to how long it's been before getting back in the game? Are you trying to like overcome this fear of like being vulnerable again? The timing is still kind of like in flux, and Temperance reverse is saying things are still coming together, but it may come together later in the year. If you do have that, you know, I think you said Taurus. What did she say? Cancer. It's like all the Capricorn.
North Node.
Yeah. So you have the all that Cap, like
91.
You know, Uranus in Taurus, and also Jupiter when it moves back into Pisces. It can be better for relationships, but you know, you also are dealing with the nodal eclipses that are coming in this next year that are really going to affect relationships for you, I think. So it's a matter of like whether or not it feels right, like not feeling like you need to push it or, you know, push your timeline if you're not ready. And that's still kind of coming together, especially more so at the end of this year is kind of the feeling that I get when you are not really constantly thinking about the fear of getting hurt again or falling down again or, you know, something not working out. Like when you get to that point, like things are going to shift a little bit more so. So look for that closer to the end of this year.
And yeah, shout out to our moderator because he's looking out as always.
He's also the person who edits the videos and makes fun of me, just in case you guys wondered. So constantly on my shit list. It's funny that we're not anti-vaxxers, but we're very conspiracy theorists. And yeah, he just makes fun of everything.
Conspiracy realists, as I like to call it. But hey.
Oh. Sorry, do you want to read those?
Double star card.
Oh my God.
So a dream is coming true, but
that one again. Oh, that's good. That's a nice way to kind of leave off the kids here.
A dream is coming true, but it's a lot more than you expected. So like there's the dream that you wanted and you're like, oh, if I have this, I'm gonna be fulfilled, and you're gonna get it, and then you're gonna realize, oh shit, this is like way more than I even knew I wanted. And you're gonna have to decide, oh yeah, we got her. You're gonna have to decide if perhaps you're not gonna not want it. You're gonna want it. You're gonna love it. But it's just gonna be like, whoa, this is like way bigger than I ever expected. Like I was expecting this, but it's just like, what the fuck do I even do?
This is all about like also like your visions. Yeah, surrendering and focusing on happiness, becoming like more communicative about what your dreams are, like meditating, focusing on that, dreaming about that, like the 10 of Cups being that emotional fulfillment and everything coming together. So sharing your ideas or your visions with groups or with friends as like a method of like really being able to manifest some of this stuff, talking about it, writing about it, you know, like somebody said earlier, being about it.
Right.
I feel like that's good.
That was beautiful. That's a great way to
That's
end
a great
too.
way to end it. Well, thanks guys for watching, for tuning in, for spending Wednesday night with us and letting us do some readings for you. Hopefully you enjoyed. Check out our links below. Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe. Catch us probably in 2 weeks. We'll be back. We'll be doing more lives. Until then, you can find both of us on our platforms. And don't forget to stay tuned. If you are a member, you're going to get a Saturday early access to be able to see our videos. We've got some new stuff coming out about, like I said, retrograde planets in the natal chart, and eventually we're going to have stuff on Virgo season. So if you're not subscribed, subscribe so you can get that info, support the channel. We appreciate you guys so much. Thank you very much, and we will see all of you guys very soon. Take care.
Peace.